The tech stocks crashing here today, specifically in the AI space. NASDAQ finishing down 2% on the day. Spiders down 1.19 here. SMH down 3.6. And we've been talking about this last couple of days, but there wasn't really a reason for the market decline here other than Michael Burry disclosing some short positions, which we know is just such a BS reason. But the financial institutions do not know any better, and they won't talk about repo, so I'll be here to do that for you guys. Today is Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. If you guys like the video, don't forget to give it a like. You can also comment your thoughts. Come find me on CarnivoreTrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. By the way, it was absolutely killer session today in the trading room here. Caught the little bear trap open. We were looking for this this morning. I posted at 3:57 p.m. yesterday. We were going to look for a bear trap in the morning, and that's what we got here. And that didn't, follow through by the end of the day, but it doesn't matter because, we banked like 50 points on it. By that point, we did say in the morning video, SPY 680 would be about where this rally peters out, and it did. I didn't think we were going to roll over as hard as we did. I thought we would tighten up a little bit more. But nonetheless, the low held by the end of the day. Big put wall at 675, and that's where we're at right now. Just looking at the overnight here, we're going to say we got to get above this, this little shelf here, 15 to 20, and then we could maybe put in some relief. But I'll tell you right now, the chains are not looking too hot tomorrow. And by the way, we got AMD here reporting. I'm not sure if that's out just yet, but let me just take a look. So that doesn't look like it's out right now. I don't know if I think they report late. But nonetheless here, you can see tomorrow wow, like very, this is the weakest I've seen the tape in a long time as far as dealer exposure just in general here. So 670 could be in play, 673, it's not that far. 670 definitely could be in play, and cash S&P here. 6,700, we talked about this level as well. I've said this many times, like that's kind of where you want, if it's going to get defended somewhere, that's where you're going to want bulls to step in. That said here, we held the low by the end of the day. It's not like, it's not like anything to hang your hat on, but if we just look at the ES here, all this is just a back test at this point, right? And you do have, the RSI on the 4 hours getting a little buried there. The hourly is, definitely some seller exhaustion there. That doesn't mean we can't go lower, but always pays to zoom out and just look at those levels here. You would prefer as a bull for this bounce to have followed through or at least tightened up, obviously. But, at the end of the day, it's a back test here. I do think we will trend tomorrow. I can't really tell you what direction because I don't know, but I do think it will be trend just based on the energy that we have right now and the sequencing that I do for myself in proprietary that method there. But and we've been pretty good at calling those lately. Pretty much called every day last week except for Friday. That was a little off, but today we did expect that bear trap in the morning, and that was a huge payout. So anyway, let's take a look. It looks like tech moving. Let's see if AMD's out. Yeah, 246. So not moving a ton, at least not yet. Little dip there. AMD is not big enough to move. I mean, like AMD could crash and it wouldn't take the NQ down like a ton. But I will say semi's weak today. That's your guide. There is some support at 350 with that 20-day there. And then you have obviously that shelf just below it. So we are coming into a little bit of support there, and we'll see if that holds. Tomorrow, let me look at an hourly. Here you can see, sorry, here's a 4 hour. There we go. So big level right here to watch. And noticeably, and I talked about this in the morning video as well, I didn't even get to the SOFR stuff yet. So SOFR came in back, it came down, but again, why is everybody talking? Why is the financial media like, oh, it's Michael Burry shorted Palantir, so that means that's not why the market sold off. Like that is the dumbest. You mean the guy who's been like wrong like for most of his career? No, it came in because of the market's deleveraging, right? Liquidity is tightening up. We've been talking about this for a month now. I've been pointing this out. HYG did finish up a penny, but SOFR Fed funds hit an all-time high yesterday. And nobody cares. Everybody just telling me to keep buying AI stocks, and it's worked. It's worked, but we've been warning about this stuff, and that's why we've remained hedged. And it's that's helped out very much so. And I don't own really any AI stocks except for rigatoni pasta, which is the best, but that's just a runner position anyway. So, but anyway, before we get too sidetracked, yeah, Nvidia down 4%, right? There's a little bit of support at 195, and then 190 should be mega if we get there this week. But my point is, though, this, even on the rebound, look how weak this one. Then it's trended down all day long. And Palantir rebounded, but finishing down at 190. I think 180 is very good support for that this week. But yeah, I mean, Max, look at Meta, down all day. Tesla had a nice rebound early, but they finished down all day. Apple was kind of the risk-off play. Microsoft had a little bit of a rebound. Google was soft, but it finished off the lows. But my point is that tech led to the downside, semis led to the downside, AI led to the downside, and that is good. So that's good for bears, because even if we rebound here, you want the market leaders to lead, to lag the rebound and lead the downside, and that's what they're doing. So we do have a chance here to get a good actual correction in place. Again, 6,700 is the level for bulls for me that I'd want to see them hold this week. Otherwise, I talked about this before, and some people laughed about it, but I mean, like you just didn't fill like this range. If this triangle filled out a little bit more, it's less likely that we would have need to retrace into here. And there's still a lot of air in this area, in this space. So here we are. Anyway, triple Qs, again, 620 was a big level. We know some large orders likely, yeah, they got filled at 620 into the close. Speaking of filled into the close, definitely some games went on. Palantir Friday, closing 48 cents, 47 cents above the call wall. I think that was on purpose. And I think that short position is obviously in the money now. So that was an interesting, the little red flag that triggered my antennas on Friday. I said, if they sell off in earnings, it'll be interesting. It's still above the 20 MA though. IWM only down 1.73, so it's down less than the NASDAQ. And then the Dow was down the least. That makes sense in a risk-off type environment. That's totally normal. SMH we mentioned. IGV was weak all day. Did not really, it bounced in the morning, but that was it. Closed right at 112. Oh, let me get my weekly. There we go. So watching this weekly 20 MA, that's been holding since April, right? And watch that 111.64 green bar there. A failure there definitely takes us lower. Transports were pretty strong today. This is something for the bulls. Up 0.5%. So again, it was AI led, technology led, Mag 7 led, right? Just look at the tape here. Everything's green except for that. Volatility, again, I told you yesterday the VIX was in positive gamma, and we got up through the 20 handle this morning. Vol sellers did come in, but it finished off the lows. So it finished off the lows. It's still in contango, and I still think 25 or so is probably it for now. I'll have to recheck the numbers, but we'll see. It is in positive gamma still, and definitely is now. Anyway, rates, I'll just look at the TLT. That had a rebound here, up 20 cents. Not really a great rebound, though, considering how much the market was down. Bonds have really fallen out of favor, like just massively. They can't even be up here when the twin tech's down 2%. That's not good. XHB flat on the day. So that hung in there a little bit. And then we had IYR. This actually wasn't bad here. Like I like that kind of like sweep of the low, close way above where we opened, and then kind of follow through today. So IYR wasn't terrible, at least for intraday action. XLF closed green. JPM was pretty strong all day. It did close down, but not by much. And KRE here was down 32 cents, but again, nothing horrible there. So a lot of tech deleveraging. Dollar yen was not typed in correctly. but but there it is, down 56 cents. And you know, it was down, but it's holding up. This goes through 155, it's going to trigger more tech deleveraging. Before we get to, all right, let's just go to oil first. Again, down 69 cents, still got an inside bar. I prefer to see this kind of move quickly, like it should be ready to go if it's going to go. XLE hung in there, so gap down but came back. XOP gap down, came back. OIH gap down, didn't come back, but that's been leading the sector lately, so I'll give it a pass. Dollar index here up 34 cents. This should go to the 200, maybe even pierce it by a little bit, and that should coincide with the gold 50 MA tag. That will be support. Silver down 1.18. This is actually in a better technical shape than gold here. Look at the possibility for the higher low here, right? Whereas gold is like, there's almost no chance it's going to do that unless it turns around like right now. So silver, interestingly enough, is in better technical shape. Platinum backing off a little bit, down 2.7, and then palladium here down 2.74. Not doing anything with those. Copper had a nice little hit today, 2.74 also. Decline there. Last but definitely not least, taking the biggest hit here, and we've talked about this day in and day out, right? The most sensitive to leverage and liquidity is going to top out first. October 6th, right? On Bitcoin, S&P arguably just topped out now. And, you know, we look at IonQ, right? Topped out on October 13th. QBTS, October, 13th or 14th. Gold, right? Topped out on the 20th. Silver, topped out, right? So you get the idea here. Rare earths, right? Topped out in the middle of the month. All the Momo stuff is going to top out first, right? And then the rest of the market will. That said, crypto here in Bitcoin, it's almost into this zone here. It'll probably overshoot. It always does, but this is going to start getting attractive here at very least for a bounce here pretty soon. Ethereum already hit one of my levels today, and we bounced off the lows, but this will probably there's still plenty of room here. Still plenty of room for these to go down. Sol got hammered down 10%. I mean 125. Looks pretty good. So definitely getting hit here, but they're starting to get juicy here for some possible swings. So let's take a look at AMD one more time. Down $5. Looks like the future's getting hit a little bit here though. Yep, NASDAQ down. So right in the after hours there. Let's take a look at ES. Yeah, okay, it's not down that much. But just a little bit here. How's NVIDIA doing? 197, so down like $1, not even. Last but not least, I want to bring up tomorrow, we have the Supreme Court tariff ruling, so that should be fun. I don't know. I have no idea how that's going to go, but that should be fun, right? It'll be a good time. I love the volatility. I'm so glad it's back. I want to see some more of it. Love this market. Love the price action, and let's see if we can get more here. Possible little island top there on the cash S&P. So a lot of good trades out there. You just got to be quick. Make sure you take profits, leave runners, and go from there. And it's been working out very well. Anyways, guys, we'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on CarnivoreTrades.com. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.